Hi friends, I'm here with another yoga offering. As always, please go at your own pace, rest whenever you need to, and feel free to skip things or change things if they're not working for you today. Thanks for taking the time to slow down and get in your body. I trust that when we do that, it is good, no matter what we end up doing while we're there. So thanks for showing up for yourself. Let's start on our backs. Come into a symmetrical, relaxed position. You can either close your eyes and take a soft gaze towards the ceiling. Start to slow down your breath. Feeling right where you are right now. While we might set an intention to be present with ourselves, with what we're doing throughout this practice, we can only really practice it right now, over and over again now. And each time you notice that your mind has wandered, rather than that being a bad thing, in the noticing, you're back in presence. And my suggestion is, when you are back in presence, to direct your attention back into your body for this time. Feeling your breath, feeling where you are. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you throughout your practice. And let's begin by sliding arms overhead, stretching out long through your arms and legs, through your fingers and toes. Interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, flex your feet, reach through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release and bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in, maybe a little jiggle, a rock. And then straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg for a gentle hamstring stretch. And you can flex and point your foot a few times. Deep flex, full point. Circle your ankle a couple times both directions. Bend your knee back in, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side. Try and stay grounded through that left leg. Let's release, bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist. What are you feeling? What do you notice here now? Staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, your right arm on a high diagonal. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock. Grab hold of the left leg and then straighten the right leg long. Squeeze this knee in close, and then straighten this leg up towards the ceiling. Flex and point your foot. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. Bend your knee in and open it out to the left, straightening part way or all the way out to the side. Release, bend your knee, bring it across. Spinal twist, first with a bent knee. And then straighten the left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal, reaching through fingers and toes. Roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Again, circle, rock, feel where you are. Feel what's touching the floor. And then drop your feet to the floor. Let's set up for a little bit of core work. Start by drawing the belly in, pressing the lower back down from the inside. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Exhale, lift the head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Two more. Last one. Release down. Bring your right knee in and your left elbow across, and then stretch the right leg really long. Bring it in. And reach it long. Bring it in. Reach it long. In. And reach out. One more. Same thing other side. Bring the left knee in. Right elbow across, and then stretch it out long. Knee in. Reach long. Knee in. Reach long. In. And out. In. And out. Two more. Last one. Take both legs up in the air, outwardly rotate the legs, and bring one leg in front of the other, and then switch. And switch back and forth quickly as you slowly lower your legs towards the floor. When it's difficult to keep the lower back on the floor, head back up. And we'll lower and lift slowly a few more times. Quick little switches, straight, strong legs, strong core. Can you relax your face while you're doing this? One more, lower and lift. And then release. Knees in. If it feels okay to do so, take a few rock and rolls on the length of your spine. Rock your knees to your chest, roll up, and keep going. If this doesn't work for you, don't do it. Don't do anything that doesn't work for you. If you are rocking and rolling, you might use the momentum of the rock to bring your hands to the floor in front of you, perhaps getting a little hover through your hips or even feet. And then maybe using that momentum to step or hop your feet back, coming into a high push-up, however you get there. Shift your weight forward to lower down, and then come into your back bend as low or high as feels right for you. Cobra or up dog. Back to down dog when you're ready. Take your time getting into this first down dog of class. You might pedal out your feet. Could shift your hips side to side. And then drop your knees, sink back to child's pose, settling back into ease, a feeling of surrender. How do you do that? With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left, and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center, and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. Let's lift up through table. Come back through down dog. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another. Let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Any arm position, any movement here. Bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Step up to the front of the mat, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet can be together or apart. We'll bring hands together at the heart. And take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Take the time you need for all your transitions, and then rest in a pose that feels like a rest for you. That could be down dog, child's pose, sitting, something else. One more breath here. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. From down dog, let's take the right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Take a big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Settle in, sink hips low. Last breath here. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body letting go like ragdoll. Last breath. Step back. Warrior one. One more breath here. Release. Optional handstand swings. On your way to down dog, if you want to take a couple swings, you can. You can start by getting your hands flat and then swinging the left leg up and down, getting a little air time. Eventually, finding your way to down dog, whether you take a vinyasa or just step back. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Big step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Settle in, sink low. One more breath. Tip forward. Standing splits. One more breath here. Big step back. Warrior one. Last breath here. Release. Optional handstand swings. You can do as many or as few of these as you like, including none. Eventually finding your way to a good rest, whether that's through a vinyasa or some other movement transition. If it's useful, close your eyes. Last breath here. Come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips low, arms high, shoulders low, fingers high. Feel what's going up, what's going down. Last breath. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Open out, warrior two. Take your time settling in. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling, reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, triangle, reach out to come down. Last breath here. Release. Make your way to down dog. Whether you take a vinyasa or move in some other way. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Open out, warrior two. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, triangle. Expanding and finding ease. Can the pose be more dynamic and more at ease? Last breath here. It's time to release. Bring both hands to the floor. Turn to face the wide side of your mat and hang in a wide-legged forward fold as a resting pose. You're welcome to bend your knees a little or a lot. Take any arm position, including using a prop if it's difficult to reach the floor. And then let's walk both hands over to the right, and we're going to bend the right knee a little or a lot. And then walk over to the left, bending the left knee a little or a lot. We'll go back and forth several more times. Move at your pace and experiment or explore in the way that's interesting for you. So you could keep both feet flat, or you might lift one of your heels or toes in order to take the hips a little lower. You could experiment with how you use your arms, pace, quality. And then come back to neutral. Let's turn the heels in, toes out, bend the knees, and roll up to come to horse stance. Take the backs of the hands together, bring them up to shoulder height, and then release down. We'll do that a couple times. Now, same thing with just the right arm as we lean to the right. And then lean to the left. Go back and forth a couple times. We're going to bring this into some dynamic balancing. So next time we're leaning to the right, we're going to hop off that foot and balance on the left. Fall back onto it, glide across, and then go to the other side. We'll do this many times. If you want to make it easier, take a smaller stance. You could make it just a tiny little shift of weight and a tiny lift, or for more adventure, a big fall and a big leap up. Experimenting with that moment of suspend before falling, and that moment right before you're on your center. If the arms feel awkward, you could change them, do something else, or keep practicing until they feel less awkward. We'll bring this into some static balance. So next time you're near the front of your mat, stay there. We'll bring the right ankle above the left knee, settling into a figure 4 hip stretch balance. Arms can be out to the side, prayer position, or on a block or fingers on the floor. If you want to bring this into an arm balance, you're welcome to try hooking ankle and knee into the upper arm, shifting weight forward, just like crow. Possibly lifting that back foot off the floor, maybe extending it straight. If you were in your hands, come back to your foot. Let's rise. fall, glide across. Same thing other side. Figure 4, hip stretch balance. Any arm position. If you attempted the arm balance on the other side, try it again. You don't have to get anywhere except where you are. Can you breathe and feel right where you are? If you were in your hands, come back to your foot. Rise, fall, glide across. Same thing again. Right ankle above left knee. This time we'll take a twist. We can start gently. Back of the right hand to the inside of the right foot, rolling open through the top shoulder. If you're able, shimmy that arm further down. Maybe even bringing your fingertips to the floor or block. Another arm balance, possibility. Revolved galavasana, both hands to the floor, shifting weight into them, maybe lifting that other foot off. If you were in your hands, come back to your foot, rise, fall, glide across, same thing other side. So this time, left outside of the hand to the inside of the left foot, roll open through that top shoulder. Either stay here or shimmy it further down. Lots of stopping places. Find your stop. Can your face be relaxed and breath deep right where you are right now? If you were in your hands, come back to your feet. Glide across. Okay. Catch the same hand as foot in the back. So right hand grabs right foot. Start to circle your right knee. Biggest circle possible. A couple times both directions. And then static quad stretch balance, either staying upright, one hand on the foot, two hands on the feet, or folding, which could be into the supporting leg, a block or a piece of furniture, or the floor. If you did fold, little bend in the supporting leg as you come back up, release, fall, glide across. Same thing other side. Same hand catches foot in the back and begins circling. So adding all this movement to a balance practice is really challenging the supporting leg. You might feel a lot of wobbling, wiggling around. Those are your fast twitch muscles working. So that is the practice. It's not getting in the way of the practice. We're strengthening those muscles as we do this. Either staying upright or folding forward, something similar to what you did on the first side. If you did fold, make your way back up. Release, fall, glide across. Now, opposite hand catches foot in the back, twisted king dancer. Kick your foot into your hand, little back bend, chest opener, hip opener, balance, everything happening at once here. Take the pressure off before releasing, fall, glide across. Same thing other side. Opposite hand catches your foot in the back. Kick your foot into your hand. Release. Fall. Glide across. Bring your knee to the front. Let's set up for a twist. Opposite hand to the outside of the knee or the foot or the ankle. Roll open through the right shoulder. Take your right arm back. maybe even looking back. Gaze forward, release, fall, glide across. Same thing other side. Knee to the front. Take a twist, opposite hand to the outside of the knee or foot. Might extend part way or all the way straight. Where is your edge? Gaze to the front, release, fall, glide across. Now, take a step behind. Bring your opposite elbow, so right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Work the palms towards prayer position, feet towards flat, legs towards straight. Kind of like a free-form revolved triangle. Stay here or attempt an arm balance. By bending the knees, you can bring your hands to the floor, shift your weight into your hands, and possibly lift one or both legs for scissors pose, Untitled. If you were in your hands, come back to your feet, rise, step out, step behind, come into a similar twist. So opposite elbow to the outside of the knee. Work the palms towards the center of the chest. Or bend your knees, hands to the floor, shift into your arms for Tadasana, scissors pose, balance. Release, step out, and let's fold, letting go. That was hard. That was hard for me. Using this as a rest, taking any arm position, any movement. Let's toe heel the feet in to about hip width apart and lower your hips coming into a squat, malasana. And you're welcome to turn your toes out or widen your stance or use props. You might sit on a block or slide a blanket under your heels. Open up the knees using the elbows and roll your shoulders back and down. We'll work our root lock here, mula bandha, same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release that. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. And then engage. Keep holding, keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom, connecting that to the top. Feel the energy drawing all the way up the spine, past the top of the head. And let's release. Come back to forward fold. Feet back to parallel. Any arm position you like here. Any movement you like here. Let's lower the hips. Come to sitting. Extend the legs forward in a seated forward fold. Take the flesh of the sit bones back, inch the heels forward. Feel free to sit up on something if that is useful. Lengthen and fold. Any amount. You might hold your feet, you might use a strap around the feet or have hands on the floor, whatever is going to support you. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's bring the right lower leg up and cradle the shin. So ankle and knee into the forearms. You can take a little rock side to side. As you do this, sit as tall as you can. So it's okay if your back is rounded a little. Just go towards flat, towards length. You can bring the right leg out to the right a little bit, opening your hip. And then place the right foot on the left upper thigh for half lotus. If that does not work for you, bring it to the inner thigh for Janushirshasana. If you're trying half lotus, you might try for a bind. Right hand comes around behind the back. You could reach for your inner elbow or your big toe, or use a strap around your big toe. Going towards folding. Left hand might grab the foot, or you might use a strap on your foot or on the floor. When the full pose is not available, then we get to be creative. How does this work for me? Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's keep the right leg where it is, half lotus or Janushirshasana. Bend the left leg a little bit. So it's a big open angle with the left heel in line with the groin, pretty far out. And then we're going to fold forward any amount. Might be just the idea of folding when we meet our edge, or you might fold deeper. If lotus pose is one that you are working on and it's not available, this is a great sequence for getting there, moving towards it. Let's bring the upper body back up. Keep your legs in the relationship that they are now, and then lift them up. We're going to reach the right knee away from us and the left toe towards your face, as if you're trying to touch your toe to your nose. Really go for it. You might try and bring that foot into lotus. If you know you could do it using your hand, you can try doing it using your hand. Don't force it. And then come to sitting. Might be half lotus, full lotus, or crossed ankles or something else. And then we'll see about lifting up off the floor. So hands are going to come to the floor. Even if your arms are short compared to your torso like mine are, you can still lean forward a little bit to possibly get some airspace. And even if you don't get airspace, just the act of trying is engaging all the same muscles. So try and lift up. A couple slow deep breaths here. Release down. We're going to get ready for the other side. One thing you could do is just unwind your legs, give yourself a little ankle massage, release, or you can try Lotus Vinyasa. Coming up onto your knees, bring your elbows as close into your groin as you can. Lean forward, maybe lifting the legs, unwinding them and taking a vinyasa. Make your way to sitting when you're ready. Extending legs out. Left leg up. Cradle the lower leg. Little rock side to side. So as a teacher and longtime practitioner, I have asked myself over and over again, why are we doing all of this? Let's open left leg a little bit. And I think there was some confusion in the beginning, like if I got all the poses, I would somehow be a better person or happy or something. You might come to half lotus or Janushirshasana. You might take a bind or not. And certainly in the pushing of physical boundaries, there is growth, and growth is great. And I think there needs to be a context, otherwise it can be confusing, like it's better to get somewhere than where you are. So the context that I've found that's comforting is this is like a mini life. This is a low stakes crack at doing life, where we go for things. We go towards full expression. We go towards change. We go towards values, what we want. And then it is the way it is. Can I be with it as it is, no matter where I am? How about now? How about when it feels like this? How about when I go for that and it's very different than my intended results? Can I still breathe? Allow. Open to what's here. If you did fold, come up, little bend in the right leg. Go towards a flat back, towards folding. So in that way, these more extreme poses aren't like there's some value in contorting your body into this shape. It's, for some bodies, like I have a very flexible body. In order for me to meet my edge, I need to go to these contorted places. And then I meet my edge. Out in life, I'll have you know, my family helps me meet my edge on a daily basis with very little effort on anyone's part. But here, you know, I have to go to some extreme shapes in order to meet my edge and then feel, oh, can I be with this? For you, it may be different. For you, you might be meeting your edge on your mat right now, perhaps. Can you be with it? Can you relax your jaw? Bring it up, left knee away, right toe to the nose. So going for something and having it not happen. Wonderful, wonderful. Should it be otherwise? So you might go towards lotus right now and it's not happening. You are in contact with your physical limitations. Wonderful. Can you be with that? Lift whatever you ended up with as high as you can off the floor, which might include not at all. Let's take some rapid inhales and exhales through the nose. Release. We're going to make our way onto our backs. You can do that in any way you want. You might try that Lotus Vinyasa again, shifting forward, elbows in, lift, unwind. You might just rub your ankles, roll on back. You might take a vinyasa or any other movement. And check in with yourself. That was a pretty strong practice. What's needed for you now? You might take some back bends. You might take an inversion. You might take a restorative pose. Feel what you are doing, whatever you're doing right now. Each time you finish, just ask again, how about now? What's needed now? There's no rush. No right or wrong here. You can keep going with your active practice until you feel complete. When you're complete, start getting yourself comfortable in your final resting pose, Shavasana. Even if we just spend a couple of moments, so useful to close the practice in stillness, letting things settle. Giving yourself a chance to integrate all that you've just done. Feel free to use props or adjust your clothing, or a little self-massage. Letting go fully. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles. Eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. Bring your knees in. Roll to one side. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Just take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. And that gratitude can expand out to the people and circumstances that make it possible for you to be here. And that could extend far and wide. Maybe even sending gratitude and well wishes to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. That felt good for me. I hope it felt good for you too.